original brown girl, author Pamela J. Hayes Liggins. I tell you, tonight is significant to me. Pam was my very first guest here on the WBNN, my very first show, and I am excited to be catching up with her on tonight. But before we dive in, just want to catch up with you guys. Um, wow, it's been 4 weeks, 30 days almost since we last chatted. Y'all, we only have 76 days left in 2024. Like this, where did the time go? Where did the time go? But we still have time to finish strong with the remaining of the days that we have. I know many of us may feel like we have not accomplished some things that we wanted to achieve, but you still can do that. You have 76 days to finish strong. And I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can finish strong. And then I'm going to bring my guest up. So, first, we have to set some clear goals. Identify specific, achievable goals you want to accomplish by the end of the year. And focus on what truly matters to you. Not to Sally, not to John, not to Mark, but what matters to you. Then you know you got to prioritize self-care. We got to make it about you sometime and making sure that you are okay. So taking care of your mental and physical health is crucial. You have to make time for activities that will rejuvenate and energize you. Lastly, reflect and adapt. Evaluate those things that have worked and those that didn't work. Because those mistakes, those mishaps, those circumstances, sometimes we can learn from those. We can use those lessons to be stepping stones to help us reach our next milestone. But don't stress over unmet goals. Instead, I want you to adapt and adjust your plan so that you can get back on track. Because remember, we got a plan. We got goals because he didn't drop us out of the sky. He already had a strategic plan for us according to Jeremiah 29:11. He said he declared that he had a plan to prosper us, not to harm us, but for us to be in good health, for us to have hope and a future. I tell you, my guest tonight, wow, we met right here on social media. It was during a time that we were going into the pandemic, and I was readjusting some of the things that I was doing as a brand, trying to, revamp the things that um, that I was doing to make a difference. I was used to doing live events, going out and being in person. When the pandemic hit, we had to learn to adjust. So it gave me an opportunity to take on podcasting, take on radio, and take on a different route. I was able to create Aspiring Authors Magazine during this time. Had the opportunity to meet this amazing queen. She has been my prayer bestie, one of my prayer besties for the last almost 5 years. February the 1st will be 5 years. We do 5 a.m. prayer. I believe in that. A family that prays together stays together. And I tell you, I have watched God perform miracles in her life, Shaneria's life, as well as in my life. So I'm grateful on tonight to be able to catch up with Pam, to be able to share some of the things that she's been doing to impact. Pam is an author. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a playwright. She's a director, a social injustice advocate. You name it, she does it. So tonight we're going to be talking about all those things. I want to see if my guest is on. Is my guest on?
All right, we're trying to see if this is the area code here. I'm trying to see this number here. All right, Pam, you there? She's not on yet, so we'll wait for her when she comes on.
All right, well, we keep it pushing. We keep it pushing. So, Pam does a lot. So we're going to be diving into that. She has a amazing movie that is going to be dropping November the 2nd. Going to have opportunity to talk about that movie, why she decided to do this movie, the backstory behind this movie. There's also a book that this movie spun off of, and it is actually a based on a true story. I can dive in a little bit because I know a little bit of the story. Pamela, a husband, is currently incarcerated, um, overly incarcerated. Not gonna say he didn't do his crime, but he we feel he has done his time, and she did this, wrote a book, and then this movie is kind of sort of off of that. If you guys hear her talk about it, you'll be able to. Her husband is a character in this movie. Different people from I think his childhood play a part in this movie. So I'm excited to be able to share that and to be able to share this journey that Pam has been on. Pam, she suffered from depression, as well as Pam is a 2-year cancer survivor. Um, she's just celebrated 2 years of being a cancer survivor. I am actually trying to get her. I'm also trying to reach out to her myself. I'm not sure if she got received the message that I sent her. But y'all, this is what we do. This is what we do. I'm so excited because today I co-authored this book, and it's called The Crazy Girl in My Head. I actually received my copies today, and I was so excited about it because I got an opportunity to share something about me that a lot of people may not know. And that thing is, I am a perfectionist. I love things to be a certain way. And I had to come to grips with that. I truly did. And had an opportunity to explore that inside of this book with these amazing queens. I have to give a shout out to Stephanie um, Steaton out of Dallas, Texas. She afforded me this opportunity to be able to share a chapter in this book. Um, Again, I tell you, I want to share with you guys on what I shared inside of this book. If y'all just give me 1 second, I'm trying to open it up, trying to juggle over here, y'all. But y'all know how we do. We do. Let me see. I think I'm chapter number 6. And I just want to share just a little bit. I'm not going to share the whole chapter. I'm just going to share just a brief little bit so y'all can get a little flow of my writing style. Some of you guys may have heard some of my poetry, but this gives you an opportunity to get a little bit of my writing style. I am still awaiting for my guests to come on, so I'm going to share just a little bit of this. And again, it's called Breaking Free from Perfection. Understanding I am not perfect and that I can grow from my mistakes. In a society where we are portrayed as flawless and achievements are so high, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of standards that seems beyond reach. The pressure to be flawless in every aspect of our lives can be overwhelming, leading us to believe that any missteps or imperfection is a failure. It's one of the biggest misconceptions. I want y'all to get that. Let me say it one more time. Don't get caught up in the pressures of thinking that you have to be flawless, because understanding that missteps and imperfection can lead to success. One of the things I want to share with you guys is we all are beautifully flawed beings navigating ups and downs. We all got something that we should be working on. We all have something that is not perfect. And if you look at everyone, you can see that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, that is part of that's just one paragraph out of a chapter that I did inside of The Crazy Girl in My Head, a new book by Stephanie Steaton. It was a collaboration project. I tell you, I was truly honored to be a part of that project. Anytime I have an opportunity to share something that has been a blessing to me, something that have helped me to go to the next level, I always want to share it and pay it forward, because in this world, we have to understand that we only get one chance at it. And what are you leaving? What is your legacy? What are you leaving behind? How will people remember you? Will they remember you or will they not? It's all about what you leave in your blueprint. And so everything that I do, I try to leave you with a little education. I want you to feel when you leave my presence that you've been educated, empowered, and encouraged to stay on this journey that you're on, no matter what journey it is, and no matter where you are. And understand this too, because we oftentimes talk about success, and we often measure success it differently, because what may be successful to me may not be successful to you. So I say this to this person: any little thing that you have accomplished that you didn't accomplish on yesterday is success. It can be simple as you getting up and reading a book that you didn't read yesterday. That is success. How you measure success is all upon you. So we have to stop allowing society and those around us to label us and put us in a box and define what is what to us. We got to be able to set those standards, set those bars for ourselves. So, moving on, I know I have really not been active a lot. Y'all, it's coming up in 6 days. I would have my brother has been gone for 30 days. He's been gone for 24 days, and like I have my moments. I truly have my moments. I'm grateful for this podcast. I'm grateful for the crew podcast. Those that are a part of my network. I'm grateful for all of the family, those that have truly rallied around me, those that call me, those that check in on me. Because this one, y'all, I must tell you, this one has not been easy for me. I have my days. Today was one of those days, but I knew that I had to pull it together because I know my brother, and I know my brother would not want me in a place with all these buku tears and snot running out my nose, and just yeah, I had a moment today. But like I tell everybody, it's okay to have a moment. Just don't stay there. I'm trying to grasp this denial stage. I'm trying to get through this denial stage, y'all. I went through the shock. Like literally, I did not want to believe. I couldn't believe until I seen my brother laying there in that casket. And when I saw how peaceful he was, then that shock kind of went away. It began to set in. But then now that I'm back here in Georgia, you know, my brother just had a birthday on October the 8th. He would have been 52. And just being back here, and I just can't grasp it. Like, I saw him, I know he's gone. All of everything that you know and believe, but y'all, this one just is different for me. Something that I've experienced death because I've lost both of my parents. I've lost both sets of my grandparents. I lost a brother prior to this. So I've experienced, and then I had a cousin who was like a brother to me. So this one was, it hit different. And you know, I used to tell people, you know, one day it'll get better. Well, I've learned over these last 30 something years that it does not get better, because I lost my mom 12 days after my 16th birthday, and I cannot say that it's gotten better. I've learned to cope. I've learned to deal with it, but there's still days when I boo-hoo and cry because I'm missing my mom and all those that have gone on before me. Y'all, we have a caller in queue. Caller number one, if you would, please tell me where you're calling from and your name.
I'm Jerry, sweetie. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Hey, Jerry.
How are you?
I'm yet pressing, you know. That's all I know to do, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm pressing.
I want to personally tell you how sorry I am about your loss recently and all your losses. And I haven't stopped praying for you. I'm just super sad for you. I feel your pain, and I just want to say that. So I'm proud of you tonight because you're on, and you know, God is there, Angela. You already know that. I don't have to tell you anything you don't know about God. But God is there. He hasn't left you, and He's there for you to lean on.
Right. That. Thank you. You know, that is one of the things that, you know, reassure me, you know, because I know the word, you know, and
Right.
I have been able to, you know, share and comfort others. And I've gotten through, you know, other situations. Like I had a brother that passed 4 years ago. You know, I was able to get through it, but this one, it was different, you know. And I tell people all grief is going to be different. So you just have to just go through it, you know, experience it, you know, experience the different emotions, because that is who make us who we are, and that is what would allow us to be able to share with someone else. So I have my moments, but I try not to stay in those moments too long, you know. I have friends that are going through the same thing with me. You know, they have lost Shanette. She lost her son. Coming up next month, it's going to be a year. You know, I have another friend that lost her sister. You know, we're all going through this together. Little Unique, she lost her aunt. She's lost several people since I've met her. So we're going through this together. You know, we have moments where we're on the phone and we're crying together, and then we're laughing. We, you know, but we go through it. We experience these different emotions. So one day we'll be able to look back and be able to share it with somebody else. That's our hope. We're hoping that we'll be able to heal through this process and be able to help someone else.
Well, God bless you. And knowing that they met Jesus, imagine that, right?
Right.
God bless you, Angela.
Thank you, Jerry, for calling in. I tell y'all, that lady right there, she has a lot of accolades, a lot of titles. She's a very amazing lady. She does a lot, and very inspirational, very impactful. So Brother O would definitely have to tell you guys who she is and all of those accolades, because I don't want to mess it up. But that was Jerry Petito. She was on last night. Amazing. We have caller number two in queue. Caller number two, if you could please state your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Mo Garman calling out of Philadelphia. How you doing tonight?
All right, how are you?
I am doing well. I called to commend you on your professionalism tonight. I know that your guest was supposed to come on, and you didn't even miss a beat. I am in awe. And I also wanted to let you know I'm praying for you, and as well because you're going through a really difficult time right now, and I didn't even know that until you mentioned it. So you can tell that your faith is very strong.
Yes. No. I'll trust him when I can't see him. I'll trust him when I can't hear him because I believe in his word, and his word is true, and it will not return to him void. I understand that there's something that I'm going to get out of this, so I have to go through it. So
Right.
I listen to a lot of you guys' show, and just hearing the things that you guys pour out and the things that you guys share on your shows. A lot of those things I have had to apply to my life and apply them. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this platform because if not being in the midst of such amazing people that pour the way that you guys pour, I don't know if I would be filled like I am to be able to do the things that I do and to press like I do. So I'm just grateful and humble to be in the midst of amazing people like yourself. If you would, please tell the listeners who you are and how they can support you.
Yes, my name is Mo Garman. I have a show that comes on every fourth Friday. It's called Breaking the Silence. And we talk about issues with trauma and healing from trauma and overcoming trauma and how you can move beyond it. So we don't get stuck in the story. We move beyond the story and want to hear your healing journey. So that's what I do on my show. I don't know when my next show is. Brother O probably is better at that. I'm looking here. I think it's November the 8th.
Wow.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
That's correct.
Okay. So my next show will be November the 8th on either Talk Show or BlogTalk. So thank you so much for letting me get a shout out.
Well, thank you for stopping by and sharing. Again, I tell you, I don't know where I would be if it was not for a lot of these hosts on this network as well as on my network because of the things that they have shared, because of the things that they've poured out. Um, I have been able to take those things in and been able to apply some of those things to my life. I picked up this self-care kick and I've been on it. Like we really, people really need to understand how important it is to make sure that you are mentally okay as well as physically okay. And when we talk about our mental, we'll always think that you got to be in a crazy house because a lot of people just normally when they say mental health, they always equate that to being in what they call a mental institution or crazy house. But some of us have trauma that have been trickled down and trickled down and trickled down that causes us to suffer and have these different depression, have these different episodes. I suffer from depression. I suffer from PTSD. So I have other stuff that sometimes can be triggered by different things. So I have to make sure that I take care of myself and make sure that I'm okay. And I always want other people to do the same. So, y'all, we have caller number 3 in queue. And I want caller number 3 to tell me where they're calling from and state their name if they would.
Hello?
Hi.
This is Jeanette, and I'm calling from California. I just wanted to send you some love and send you a big old hug. I was doing homework, and I said, let me drop in and speak to the queen and let her know that I love her and that I appreciate her, and waiting for you to come back to California.
Well, I'm coming. Don't know when, but I'm coming because I always say I'm always in need of a vacation because of all that I do. But I'm coming and I thank you. I thank you for thinking of me because, you know, I know that you're going through too. And one thing I am grateful for is that when when you used to call me, I used to just sit and listen to you. And now I'm able to get that same thing from you. I know there's been times when I've called you and I probably triggered you because I've just broke down and cried, but you didn't cry. You stayed on the phone and you listened and you tried to comfort me. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the circle that we have, because he's truly placed individuals in different stages of grief around me so that I can take from the different individuals and to use this as a stepping stone, because I'm reminded of, different conversations that me and my brother would have, and I know that this was not what he would want me to be. He would not want me crying. He would not want me in a state of, feeling sorry for myself and just different things. So I press, and I'm grateful for you guys. So tell the listeners, who is Shanette? Because I know they like, who is Shanette? She come on and she said all that stuff. Who is she?
Well, they probably done heard my little shaky voice before. But my name is Shanette Johnson, and I am a mother of four, a grandmother of four. I am also a host on the Cool Podcast. I come on every first and third Monday of the month. We talk about injustice. As when I come on, I always mention my husband, who is currently serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole over in Denver on a wrongful conviction. And I just started advocating on his behalf, and since then I have talked to the men from all over, and you would think that each one of them know each other, but they don't. They have the same story. And the justice system is unfair to our black men and our brown brothers. And it's just unbelievable.
Wow. Well, I definitely thank you for all that you do. I thank you for allowing your voice to speak. Just like Chinchilla here on our network, she goes really, really hard for social injustice. And I appreciate that, because until I started hearing her show, I didn't realize that there were so many wrongful convictions. And hearing her show, I was also able to get involved. So, like I say, I am so grateful. I'm grateful for the work that you do, and I appreciate you calling and supporting me on tonight. You have a great evening. We have caller number 4 in queue. Caller number 4, if you would, please state your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello, Miss Angela. It's Ava Holly calling from just outside of Atlantic City, New Jersey, in Galloway. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. It's funny. Mo mentioned your professionalism. I know it's not so easy to fill in when you have somebody prepared to be on, and you are absolutely killing it. I want to wrap my arms around you with a big hug. In what you're going through, my condolences and all my thoughts and prayers are with you. And also for your guest, tomorrow is 2 years of my cancer recovery also. So that's pretty wild. I was hoping to get to say hello to her, so you can pass that along, and I wish her the best as well.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you. And I thank you for calling and supporting, because I know that you do a lot too. And I know that you've not been in the best of health, but you always supporting and you always dropping nuggets and stuff. Like I was sharing with Mo, I just have to give y'all flowers. I thank y'all because of the things that you guys have shared across this network. It is helping me get through what I'm going through. I look back at my life and I say 5-6 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been able to do this. I probably would have been a nervous wreck. I probably would have been tears. I probably would have been all over the place. I definitely wouldn't have been in this place. So I'm grateful for you guys. I want you to share with the listeners before you leave. exactly who you are, how they can tune in and hear you and support the things that you're doing.
Sure. I just want to say that you're very strong. I'm proud of you, and you are definitely walking in purpose. So my show is The Casual Chat, and it will be on next week, the 21st. We are on the Smart ASS network, always sensational and spectacular, and that will be at 8 p.m. And then Wednesday, the 23rd at 9:30 p.m. And we are going to be talking with some really empowering women, Senior America pageant winners, one national, one state winner, one each night. And I am so excited to hear their philosophy and how they inspire other women. And so I'm so excited about the show. Thank you so much for letting me share that, Angela. And my thoughts are always with you.
Well, thank you, and wow, I'm definitely gonna have to try to get on the 8 o'clock hour and check out some of those shows. I tell you, sometimes I can't get on because of the other obligations, but I definitely will try to go back and hear the replays. I tell you, I am super proud of all of our hosts that have stepped out and started their own networks and are doing their own thing. I tell you, it is always amazing when you can learn from someone and they trust and believe in you enough to be willing to help you on that journey. And that's what I have found right here on the WBNN. I'm grateful for that interview that I had. And Brother O and the crew thought they saw something in me. I think that it was them boys at Looking Glass. They saw something in me and wanted to be a part of this network. I'm grateful. Brother O, I can't tell him enough how grateful. You know, we oftentimes wonder why we are put in situations that we're put in. Being able to do exactly what I'm doing now have been an outlet for me to be able to share and to release sometimes things that I may would have normally kept bottled up inside or kept to myself. But having these outlets and these different platforms give me an opportunity to share those things that God has done for me. You know, I oftentimes I mention that I am a domestic violence survivor. This is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You're looking at someone that was shot point blank range with a sawed out shotgun almost 10 years ago. A lot of the things that, you know, even my doctor said that if I walk, it may be years. I defied the odds with that because I walked out. I walked out the hospital 3 days later after having a 6-hour surgery after being shot. So I know the God that I serve, and I know that it's not by coincidence that I'm here, that there's something that I'm supposed to be doing. And then that's what I keep trying to tell people. We didn't get dropped out of the sky. You know, he strategically placed us here. There was a reason that he dropped us here and placed us strategically to be a part of this universe. We all have something that we're supposed to be doing to impact it. Your hand may be what is needed to help carry out the next whatever, you know. But just like your body part, every part on your body makes up your body. We all are a part of the body that makes up this universe, that makes this universe go around. And we all have a part that we're supposed to be playing. Y'all, we have caller number 5 in queue. Caller number 5, if you would, please state your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hi, peace and blessings. This is the Sister Betsy, the truther, the training deputy commissioner. I'm calling in to support you, Angela. And I just want to say you're a wonderful person and that you're a godly person. And that's one thing that I saw about you when I began to speak on the podcast. And you have always carried yourself as family to this podcast. And I just wanted to say there's a psalm that talks about he knew us before we were placed in the womb. And I feel that you're right. There are people that are placed here on this earth, and we're placed here to endure and to overcome and to show other people that they can overcome by their faith and their belief and the strength that the Almighty gives them. So I just wanted to call in support and show you my love, and I just appreciate you a great deal for who you are and what you bring to the podcast. You're a wonderful person.
Well, thank you. I thank you, and I truly believe just what you said, that some of us are placed here to go through and endure because he already know what we can endure. It's not about putting more on us than we can bear, because he already know what we can bear. So I I think that sometimes we have to go through that we can help the next person, because if we don't go through, how can we tell somebody else how to go through? I used to think, I used to hear people all the time say how good God was, how good he is, how good he this, how good. I didn't know personally. I never experienced. I didn't know. And when I finally said that I didn't know, I truly didn't know. That's when life began to life and things began to happen, and I began to experience. So we all are gonna go through. It's just when we gonna go through. And Sister Bessie, if you still there, how can people support you and when is your next show?
My next show is the second week in November. It may be on a Tuesday. And my show is called The Front Porch. And I look forward to having listeners listen to me. And I just want to thank you again for the beautiful person that you are. And, I love you, and we have to stay strong before the Almighty. He gives us that strength. And I just want to thank you, okay?
Well, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for standing. Thank you for pressing. Thank you for being an example of resilience, that will in the will that will not quit. You know, um, I'm grateful to hear your voice. I'm grateful to have you back, right here where you belong. So thank you. Thank you for all that you have done, because of the path that you have led for some of us, because I'm new to this. I've only been on the network. I think I'm coming up on finna be 5 years. Wow, time really has flew by. Well, coming up on 5 years, it just seemed like yesterday I started. But for those that paved the way, that gave us a blueprint, that laid the path for us, that set the standards high, that we would have something to achieve, something to reach for. Because I tell you, I'm in between two amazing lifetime achievers. They carry so many accolades that I have no choice but to show up, because if I don't show up, they definitely gonna show up around me. And I just can't have people showing up around me and just leaving me out there. I oftentimes mention that word life. Are you living life, or is life happening around you? And how do you know you living life? You loving on your brothers and sisters like you love yourself. You are intentional about those things that he's placed in your spirit. Not only that, you are willing to inspire somebody other than yourself. And you are not afraid to share the fear of God that you have, because you know that it's not by your strength and it's not by your power, but the one that worketh on the inside of you. And he's given us that so that we can educate, empower, and encourage those around us. So if you're not doing that, you should examine and say, really, am I living life? When was the last time I loved on someone other than a family member, other than a friend, that stranger, that person that you don't know, that person that you just happen to cross? When was the last time you loved on someone? When was the last time you inspired someone that you didn't know? A complete stranger? And when was the last time you shared the goodness of God to show that you have that fear down in you? See, y'all, one thing about me is when he raised me up off my bed of affliction, May 7th, 2014, I said that I would share his goodness. I knew I wouldn't stand in the pulpit. I knew I didn't want to preach. I knew I didn't want to do none of that. I knew that was not how I would be sharing his goodness. But God allowed me the opportunity to write. Yeah, I've written not just by myself, but I've provided an opportunity for other people to share their stories through anthologies. But I've written and produced, published, co-published over 100 journals, planners, and books. Y'all dropped a new book today, an affirmation book. Y'all, when he dropped that word, power in my spirit, you got to understand that you are positioned to be an overcomer. Why? Because you are a willing vessel. You want to be used to educate, empower, and encourage the next person through your resilience. See, the enemy done tried to take you out plenty of times. But it's that will in the will that would not let you quit. I could have quit when the enemy told me to try to commit suicide. I could have quit. I could have gave up then. But it was that will, it was that spirit on the inside of me that said, no, you can't give up. You can't quit. You can't throw in the towel because I have a plan for you. That breath that he breathed into us in Genesis 2:7, y'all, that's the breath of life. That we don't need an alarm clock. We don't need CPR to wake us up. That breath of life that he breathed into us, everything that we needed is already been deposited in us. I said, a lot of us, we get caught up in what everybody is doing around us that we forget about what we've been called to, what we're purposed for, that thing that he's made us passionate about. And we forget. And we start looking at Sally, we start looking at Johnny, we start looking at Freddie Boy, we start looking at everybody else. We get distracted about worldly things instead of staying concerned about the spirit things. Because see, a lot of us, we can't even begin to imagine a lot of the spiritual stuff because we're so deep in the flesh that we can't even tap into the spirit. Knowing that we are spiritual beings, knowing that this is not our home, that we're just passing through. I know I have truly been all over the place tonight. But y'all, when God gives you an opportunity, see, you have to take every opportunity that he allow you as an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to educate, an opportunity to show love, an opportunity to be that leader that he placed inside of you. Yeah, I'm grateful because even in the midst of going through, God keeps showing me who he is. He keep putting people in my midst. He keep dropping little nuggets in my spirit. Yeah, I've had questions. I've sit and I've actually I've made those questions known. Because if I don't ask these questions, I don't make them known, then I'll still have questions. I'll still have doubts. I'll still have wandering minds. Because I don't profess to know everything. So sometimes I have to tap into one of my spiritual my spiritual mothers, my spiritual father, my spiritual sister, because I don't profess to know everything. Yeah, I can't remember being here. I'm sure I've probably passed through before, just like a lot of people. We probably don't pass through and through and through. But none of it comes to my recollection. So everything that I'm experiencing, everything that I'm going through is a new experience for me. So we have to take these experiences and we have to go through them and learn from them. Take what we can take from it and use them as stepping stones to go to the next level. Because you have to understand that you're not going to always be where you are. Because not in a million years did I think I would ever be on a podcast, let alone have my own podcast network. Who would have thought I would be the CEO, the visionary of a magazine, or even have all of the books under my belt? Never thought. You're talking about a country girl from Levelland, South Carolina, in Abbeville County, on the outskirts of Anderson. I was born in Anderson County, lived there most of my life. But when I was young, I lived in the country. I lived in the outskirts. So I've had to learn, grow, and develop. And if would I change my life? Would I go back? What would I change? I wouldn't change any of it. I wouldn't change any of it. I have often wondered what would life be like if I would have had my mom. But then I couldn't imagine, I couldn't imagine, because if this would have happened, then this would have happened, this would have happened, this would have happened, then maybe none of where I am right now would be. So I realized that everything happens for a reason. Yeah, we hurt. Yeah, we go through, but we get through it. And every day, it is about how we cope, how we manage. When you wake up in the morning, you set precedent for yourself. You can set the stage for how your day is gonna go. You can get up and you can prepare yourself for how your day is gonna go. But you got to start early. You can't jump up at 8 o'clock and think that you're gonna have your mindset, have your everything together by 9 o'clock by the time for you to go to work. Y'all, every morning for the last 76 days, I've been getting up about anywhere between 3:30 and 4:15 to prepare for 5 a.m. prayer. So I get up, and I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I do oversleep. I have overslept a couple of times, but most of the time I'm up and I'm prepared. I'm getting myself mentally and emotionally ready for the day. I know some of us don't want to get up and exercise, don't want to get up and do anything because we're tired. But I've come to realize that if you're tired and you go ahead and push yourself, then you that when you was tired, you get energy. Like energy come from nowhere. Like where did energy come from? But you got to push yourself. You have to step outside the box. You have to do some things that maybe you don't normally do. I know another thing that I have been doing, and I'm really, really going to focus more on this going into 2025, and that is I have tried dibbling and dabbling in vegan and eating vegetables, and I tell you, I have truly enjoyed it. So I'm still kind of, what if I miss this or what if I miss that? Then I've been looking at a lot of stuff and then I'm not gonna miss it. You know, sometimes I find myself not even eating, like literally fasting one meal a day sometimes. And I don't feel no different. I don't feel the lack of nothing, no nothing. Like, and I'm like, I really need to practice this. I really could do this 1 meal a day and get on my juices. Like, I enjoy juicing. It's a lot of work, but you guys got to be dedicated and committed to it. And if you're dedicated and committed to it, if you want change, it'll come. I'm looking at, I looked at my sister. I've looked at a lot of people around me that we tried different things, and some of the things that worked, we're sticking with them. Like, I I gave up the sodas, and I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. I've been gave up. I can't tell y'all when the last time I had some pork. My mother was still living the last time I had pork. I have not had any pork since my mom passed. I've started to get away from the red meat. And all these are changes that we make, that to better ourselves and to help give us energy and to re-energize ourselves. Because at the beginning, remember, I gave you 3 steps that we can incorporate and move into these last 76 days of 2024. Again, how can we finish strong? One, we got to set some goals. Remember that. Set some goals. Identify specific, achievable goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the year. What is one thing that you want to do by the end of the year that you have not done yet? That you thought that maybe you would have done, but you've not done yet. Focus on that thing and try to complete it before the end of 2024. Prioritize self-care. I've been harping on this for a minute, y'all. Taking care of your mental and physical health is crucial. That should be above a lot of the stuff that we prioritize. Because if you're not mentally and physically okay, you ain't gonna be no good for nobody else. So you have to make time. You have to plan time to rejuvenate and energize yourself. So plan time to go to that spa. Plan time to go out to lunch. Plan time for different things that will help you rejuvenate. Okay? So y'all, we have another caller. We have caller number 6 in queue. Caller number 6, if you would, please state your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hi, Angela. This is Tiana Speaks. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I like the energy that you put out. That you can tell that it's very genuine energy, that you really want to be inspiring to other people. And, you can feel it. I just wanted to let you know that. There was a time I stopped drinking soda for a long time. And as soon as I stopped, I blew up. It was the craziest thing. You think you lose weight, but I actually just gained weight. And I remember a commercial around that time that said the same thing. And the same thing happened to me. I don't know why, but I know that I don't use sugar in anything. I haven't used sugar, I don't know, over 10 years, maybe 15 years, in anything at all. There was a point where I didn't put salt in my food at all, but I kind of started doing it again. And then, let me see what else. I don't like frying foods, but if I have to use oil, I'll use like coconut oil or avocado oil. And avocado has the highest oil in place. I just wanted to share that. But also on top of that, something else you were talking about as far as getting up early. Like I have really, really bad anxiety, and it's just like, how can I put it? Getting up a little bit earlier does help. It really does help a lot. Like you have more time to do things. But for me personally, for some reason, I still feel like I need more time, even if I can get up 3-4 hours early. And I guess because it's from being in pain and having to sit down and things like that. So like I like the things you're saying as far as getting up and starting with prayer, starting exercise. Like those are really good points. You know, I'm struggling with stuff like that too because I never know how I'm gonna feel every day when I open my eyes. Like I don't know how much my pain level is to even get up or do whatever it is. So it's kind of difficult for me, but I do like what you're saying is like a little inspiring to me, you know, to even just try. One thing that I try to do, which I got to get back on doing, is I have a planner and I have like an acronym that I'll use because I'll do things, you know, for the day, each day. And that kind of keeps me like more stabilized, like prayer, reading something every day, learning something new every day. Like I'll literally, go on the phone and just type in random stuff and see what comes up and read it, you know. It's just so many different things I do. But I love the stuff you're talking about, and every time I hear you talk, I can feel the genuine, you know, lightness of your voice and how you really want to touch somebody. So we need more people like that. I just wanted to let you know that.
Wow. Well, I tell you, I'm in a place where, I mean, Wbnn. This is what they groom. This is who they groom. This is what they taught me. I'm just being me. And to go back to something that you said, just know that you you know your challenges, and if you write down and chart different days you may not be feeling good, you write down those different things, and begin to, I'm sure you're an affirmation lady. Speak that word over yourself. Speak some affirmations into yourself, you know. And even when you don't feel like it, because it be days, you know, a lot of people look at me and they think that I'm okay, but I have pains. I have complications from when I was shot. I suffer from sciatica. I suffer from different things. But for people to see me, they think that, you know, nothing goes on with me. But there's days when I can hardly move. I got a heating pad over here right now because I was having pains in my left shoulder. Didn't know what those pains were coming from, but oftentimes I have different pains from different things. Some because I can't sit too long, I can't lay too long, I can't stand too long. Baby, I know your struggle, so I know.
Oh, I can
But
relate to you so well.
I
I
tell
relate to
you,
you so well with that. Yes.
but it be some days
Yes.
when
I relate to you so well.
I say, well, you know what, I'm gonna go walking. I can't go walking every day, but it's on those days that you can.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The days that you
You know what?
can. Go ahead.
It's funny because today, I wanted some really good food today, and we have a restaurant. It's not like right near the house, but that's the distance to walk that I normally would never walk. So I was telling myself, like, let's walk, and it was just a specialness of us just walking together, like, you know, that just got me through everything. Like, I'm like, you know, I'm in pain, my legs are back up, but just walking with you, you know, being in me, you know, I like these moments with you, you know, just walking, you know, talking and laughing and just like, you know, just some simple that people probably wouldn't care. Like we got some like juice that I forget what country it comes from, but like we're sharing the juice. Like to me, those little things are special. So it kind of took my mind off of it. And I know that, you know, like I call him my pain medicine. Like when I'm in pain, he literally can just, I'm not even joking, touch me and my pain goes away. I'm not even joking. And his mother said he had that gift since he was a kid. So, like, you know, I felt comfortable, but I know not everybody has that. But people who are listening, I know we have 29 million listeners. I'm telling you the one thing that helped me so much, I've had neck pain since 2002, really badly. I had to wear a neck brace and everything when you know, from being an accident and everything. And there's a thing called, there's a company, Urbanology, and it's CBD pain cream. It helps so much. So I hope that maybe you can try to give it a try. It really works. I also have a pen. It's a portable pen, and it's a 10 unit. You don't need to put the electrodes on your body. I think it's by Vana or something like that. You turn it on. Now, you can keep it at the lowest setting, but when you got your pain, you put it, I mean, it can help. It really can help stimulate the nerves and everything like that. So I'm not going to say 100% it will help you, but I know that definitely it's helped me. And also black seed oil by Amazing Herb. So I just wanted to share the things that, I have, and magnesium oil as well as spray actually helps. So I don't know if you want to know these things, you can, contact me. Like you have my number. And
well, I'm
with you and anybody else if you want to.
I'm always for natural. I'm always for natural.
Yeah.
Remedies. I use there's some ginger oil. Ginger oil is good for pain as well.
Okay.
Man,
I never took ginger oil, but
wow. I'm gonna tell you, I had a toothache once, and my sister said she took the ginger oil, she put some in my hand, and she said rub it wherever it's hurting at, and I just rubbed it all over my jaw, and I'm telling you, probably about 20 minutes later, I was in no pain. Kid you not.
You know what? I just recently was in so much pain because my ear was hurting me really bad. I talked about the condition I had with the hearing. Well, my ear was hurting me so bad that I'm not even joking, that it went down into my mouth. So I feel it in my teeth. So I was trying to find the nerve. I was using clove oil. I used it so much in my mouth that I burnt kind of my face. I mean, you can't really tell, but I feel it. Like, clove oil is also good for toothaches as well.
Right.
But, like, I used it, and it hurt so bad that I was talking to a friend. I was like, oh, my God, this thing hurts so bad. I'd rather have my leg broken. And I'm not in pain right now with my mouth, but in my ear, but I really meant that. That's how bad my pain was. I think toothache is the worst pain ever. Like, ear and tooth is, like, the worst pain you can ever feel. I think it's even worse than my fibromyalgia. Like, it's just the worst. Like, I was like, oh, man. And I can't take pain medicine because of this. I'm not really into it, but I really wanted to because it hurt that bad. But if I did, I could die. Like, there's something that happens. Like, I can't do it. So, like, I had to suffer, and the clove oil wasn't working. But I didn't have any. I'm gonna look into ginger oil. That's really important. I know that I had like natural ginger. I don't know why I didn't think to cut up and put it in my mouth. I should have did that. But also putting like the cloves. Like, you can get them from Walmart in the seasoning aisle. They're in like a little small bag. You put them in your mouth and just let it sit on your gum line. Like, if you have an earache and if it's going down in your mouth or whatever, like to the nerve, I'm telling you, it works. It may not work right away, but the clove oil really works. So, thank you for the ginger oil because I'm gonna look into that. I'm like, I like learning like new things. I didn't know anything about the oil, but I know about ginger. So thank you so much. Anybody listening, if you want those things I mentioned, you can reach out to Radio on Facebook or Instagram. And my show will be this Friday, The Power of Thought. So I'll be talking about pain and pleasure. So thank you so much, Angela. I don't know if you have any questions for me, anything else to say, but I just wanted to say, I appreciate you and caring about, like everybody. I really do. So, like, I appreciate you being a person, this set of love and just being genuine with you. I've never met you, but I know that you are a genuine person. I can feel it. I just wanted to tell you that.
Well, thank you. And most people say, man, you just like you are on social media. I can't help it. I am who I am. I am the same in person and on social media and in person. So, hey, I'm glad that you have nice things that you have nice things to say. And for all of the callers, thank you guys for calling in and supporting tonight. It is Ngozi time.
Well, first of all, let's go right there to it. This young lady has been, amazingly tonight. Her guest could not be on. But before I go there, let me just bring on somebody that you know very, very well.
One bag for the Blues Brothers. Represent from the Broad Street Bully side of Philadelphia, where he was fake working out at the Planet Fitness up there on Adams and Rising Sun. What's good?
What's going on, Claire?
Everything is excellent tonight. Now that I caught you. How you doing tonight, Angela?
I'm good. I can't complain. Yet pressing. That's what I do.
All right, so listen what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my order in right now for a pan of string beans with some garlic in it. How's that look?
Okay. And you want them virtually or you want them for real?
No, I'm going gonna get some. I'm gonna put them on a plate. Damn it! I'm putting them on a plate. Huh?
Oh well, you must be coming to California.
Trying to eat them.
You must be coming to California. You gonna come to California?
Well, they've been trying to get me over there for a minute. I got about 4, 5, 52 places to get over there. You know what I'm saying? Might have to do the whole Andreas Faulkner tour.
Cause that's why.
But I wanted to say something because you were dropping some jewelries on the table. You know what I'm saying? Elegantly. I come from a situation where I had to turn some things around. You know what I mean? Club One was out here. I think I was abusing myself. You know what I mean? I was being a professional wine taster. Let me see, a connoisseur whiskey drinker. And I drank micro beers and craft beers for sports. You know what I mean? For tasting. And during those times I had bad diet habits. You know what I'm saying? Smoke this, smoke that, smoke brisket, butter it up, this sauce, butter it up, that sauce. You know what I mean? But now these days, I had to switch it around, keep it nice and trim. I had to, what I do is I recommend for people that, want to keep it, get it trim. You know what I mean? Stay off of the pastas. You know what I'm saying? Lay off the pastas, lay off the potatoes. You know what I mean? And, if you can help it, lay off the rice. You know what I'm saying? We like that rice. We cut those things out, get a little bit more fruits, a little bit more vegetables. Don't be scared of a little bit of protein. Beverly, the protein is a means of provision for those on the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So don't be scared of the proteins. But, I had some good stuff to one here, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to give it, stop in, swoop down from hang glide and give you a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I will get that pan of string beans there. I heard you talking that vegan stuff.
Well, I didn't say I was a vegan. I just said that I have practice and that I think I can do it because I've done it for six to I think 8 months was the longest. So I'm just saying.
Oh, you think I can sneak a couple pieces of fried fish in there? Then we get those string beans or something. The flavor one might need a little plate or something. I swamp
some fried fish. Yeah, I might can do some fish. I might can do some fish depending on what kind of fish it is.
All right, maybe I'll get a triple X there. You know what I mean? Do some fishing while I'm over there. I have to finish hang gliding. You know what I mean? That's how we gonna keep it organic out here.
All right then.
But all right, but yeah, I just wanted to stab in with that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to make too much noise. I just wanted to come, swoop in with that and give you a shout out and keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We need more women like you, Stern, and 10 toes, 10 forward to the floor, like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because we all can get this done here. And multitasking, the way women multitask, you know what I'm saying? They can kind of exert that energies to things that benefit themselves and the people. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to stab in with that. I'm Clever one half of the Blues Brothers, representing from the Broad Street Bully side of Philadelphia, where we eat soft pretzels and spicy mustard for breakfast, 5 o'clock in the morning. Check your satellites.
The one and only Cover One, and of course, all the support tonight for WBNN now. Of course, this is a historic night for Angela Thomas-Smith. Let's go right into it. Her 9th consecutive WBNN All-Time Connection Record. She's done this 3 times, y'all. 3 times. And we hope that the next episode, she will finally get that double-digit connection record. 62 all-time connection records with the Darlene Lawrence Championship honor and a great Hall of Famer. What a great show tonight, even though it was supposed to be on, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, gotta pay me. Because you know what I mean ain't shit. I'm not going to mention your name because you guys are horrible. You know what I mean? But thank God for Talk Show Radio. We'll be doing a constant basis. Tomorrow night, we'll see. We can be on with, Lee Bakatoon, and we will wear you. And I got to say their name because they ain't shit anyway. At blogtalkradio.com, 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time. If not, if necessary, we'll continue our legacy on our 3,890th episode on the one and only Beverly Nation tomorrow night. We hope that it will be what it will be. And of course, congratulations to Angela Thompson again. And of course, Beverly Nation is advertised to grocery time off the media Pinterest, Google, Instagram, and X. Only known as Twitter, Ola Dudley, and Laywood goes to Facebook. Any comments, suggestions on our wonderful program tonight, Ola Dudley, that goes to my@gmail.com. I am your mother and father's favorite producer, Dr. Ola Dudley, and Laywood goes to saying good night and good luck to all the folks out there on Force Radio support us on a constant basis. Now it's accolade. The 2023 Anna Waddell Award winner for excellence, the WBnn Communications Host of the Year for the Excelsior, the 2023 International Internet Radio Hall of Fame, broadcasting enshrining the outstanding Angela Thompson Smith. Will take us home.
Unmuted.
Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight and for helping us reach another milestone, another achievement. Again, y'all, 76 days. We only have 76 days left in this year. Will you set clear goals, prioritize your self-care, reflect, and adapt so that you can finish strong? Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Walking in Purpose with Angela right here on the WBNN. I'll be back in 4 weeks, same time. Hopefully, we'll be on Blog Talk. But if not, we'll be right here on Talk Show. It doesn't stop, y'all. I love you guys. And guess what? There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a great night.